welcome back. I finally done it. You guys have been asking me for a long time to bring on SkRossi, and look who it is. Hi, bro. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me. After a very long time, we're having another interview. So
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
I think it's been about it's more than a year now since I last spoke to you.
Yeah,
I gotta say, this time I'm speaking to you. To my knowledge, you're 100% going to Brazil, right?
yeah, of course.
Okay. How are you feeling that you're finally gonna go to an international tournament after grinding this game for so many years?
I mean, it feels amazing, and at the same time, there's a lot of pressure. I need to do really good. Like the past 2 years, I've been given everything. Like nationally, domestically, I've done things really good, but internationally, it's not been a really good journey for me yet. But yeah, the coming years will be my focus is to give my 100% into performing at the international stage. Like even if it means like going out of my limits, I need to do it. This is the time.
Yeah, and you've got some new players on your team. I watched an interview with one of your coaches, where he said that it's not actually a 10-man roster; it's more like a 7-man roster. So,
Yeah.
can you talk a little bit more about what that is?
I mean, like we announced, we have a 10-man roster, but since Brazil is very close, right, we cannot do a 10-man thing right now. So we are like testing out all the 7 players, all the roles and stuff right now. So it's like, yeah, we are a 10-man roster, but for now it's 7 men who are like scrimming, doing the ward reviews, practice, everything, basically involved as a team. The main goal is like practicing for Brazil right now.
And I also want to ask because one of your teammates is going to be a player from North America. We
Yeah.
haven't seen that many North American players kind of go to APAC region. What's Ayrin like? How's it been to work with him? I heard he's also IGLing as well. So how different is it to have? I mean, you had one IGL for like 2 years, and now you have a
Yeah.
different one. So what are the differences here?
I mean, Erin, I think I had a similar IGL before. When I play with Erin, when I listen to his calls, I feel like there's a lot of similarity, but Erin is much more confident and much more experienced. So I still find that okay, I have been played under this style of IGLing before, is what I feel, and Erin is like really friendly. He's not like, hey, I went to champions or I played at a top level or something. He's not like that. He's very friendly. He's very down to earth. He's very humble. He's like very willing to help any players if anyone is like having any doubts, if they're having confusion in some things. He'll be the first one to come and give you the solution and help all the players in getting better at their roles or getting better at the situation fundamentals. Like Evan is really good, really chill guy, and yeah, he's been very friendly to me and
He,
all the teammates.
he's very funny as well. I don't know
Yeah.
if he's shown you that side of him, but he's
Oh,
a
funny side? Oh, no, no,
yeah.
no. We haven't
No?
seen the funny side yet. Hope
Yo,
to see IRL.
when you start winning, it'll come out. He's a funny dude. He's a funny dude. Have you guys been to Hot Pot yet? I saw him at Hot Pot one time.
Oh, so right now I'm in India. All the others in Korea because of my visa stuff.
Oh.
For Indian passports, it's very difficult. The visa process is like longer than all the other players who have been there already in Korea. So yeah, I'm still in India right now. So yeah, work in progress.
I don't know if you've seen the video your CEO posted. I'm sure you know the story about
Yeah,
why
we know, we know.
like team vitality is
Yeah.
such like a crazy
Yeah.
coincidence. Do you feel any kind of particular kind of like need or want to play against them? Do you feel the same way as your CEO perhaps? That's like you really want to beat them with the history.
Yeah, of course. Like GE is more than a org for me now because we've been from a long time and we have some similar long-term visions as org, like the management and the players, like which usually not happens everywhere, but in GE we are like more like a family. So it's like, of course, if my CEO wants something, I want it too. I want to give it to him. Like if you want something, I should be the guy to give it to him because it's our org. It's more like it's not like okay, I need to do this for GE. It's like I need to do this for us. So it's more like that, and we have this coincidence a lot of time. It's like even when we qualified for LCQ in 2021, it's like our first game was against Damon Kia, and the coach is happened to be ex Globally Sports Fortnite player Eraser. So we always have this some kind of connections against the against the teams we play. So it's surprising. I don't know why, how, but it's happening. But yeah, like we want to beat Vitality because have a history, and also we need to survive. It's a single elimination best of three. It's like we need to win against every team, and we need to play more games there.
I mean, you've waited so long for this opportunity.
Yeah,
You know, you want to play more than one best of three
yeah,
when you
yeah.
get there. Are there any other teams there that you have this kind of like maybe coincidence with? Like anyone else, you feel like, oh, I really, really just want to face them.
Oh no, I just want to beat the best. That's it. Nothing else. We want to put a good show as a team out there in Brazil, and shock people.
I think people will probably be shocked because obviously your fan base is so huge. So you're gonna have a lot of people watching, but also outside of Asia, there's a lot of people probably aren't quite aware of who you and Global Esports are. So with the new team, how would you kind of describe your guys? What play style are you guys coming into this with? What kind of team are you?
We kind of have like every kind of play style that the game has. It's like we don't have like one, but so every particular individual has their own strength or his own different game style. So we don't try to like, hey, don't use it very often. It's like we mix things up. It's like, let's say a guy is very aggressive, let's say a guy is very passive, or sometimes a guy want to play the round crazy. So we don't tell him like the natural game of each and every player, it's still there, but we are trying to build our own play style around it, using our strengths and working on our weaknesses. So my team, like, I would say, like, if things go really well, we can go really crazy, and if things go little south, I think we can manage ourselves. Like, we
Yeah,
have a pretty strong guys. Yeah,
that sounds like a good system you have right
yeah.
now. But speaking of that system, obviously you've been a pretty well-known player in your role for a
Mm.
while in your region. But you guys also picked up like a few other players that happen to play the same agent as you. So what's the system? Do you have to like rock paper scissors who plays Jett, or like is there like a pecking order? Like what are you gonna be playing?
I cannot reveal who's playing what role, but what we happen to do is, give everyone a chance. Like, we gave everyone every role. Even I played every role that I have not played in these 2.5 years. So it was like giving. It's about knowing whether the player can adapt to this role, can he handle it, or how good he is on each role. Like, how good is he on duelist, how good is he on initiator. So the coaches monitor, and they also constantly talking with the player, like, is this okay for you, is this more comfortable for you, what do you think. It's about constant discussion, constant trying out new stuff, and getting whatever is best for us, best for the team, to make sure the team is very comfortable and it's in a winning position. So it's like we are all constantly working around it to have a really good system, or have a very good play style where all the players are comfortable in any given role.
It sounds like you did like a reset, right? Like everybody start from the
Yeah.
beginning. Like you will see how everyone feels. Were there any agents or roles you felt like were less fun than the others? Anything that you were like, oh, coach, please do not make me play this.
uh I, I was more confused on Fade. I once had a Fade, and I was like very confused. Is like those scrims also didn't go really well for me. So I think yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think that would be the I didn't have the fun. I didn't have a fun part.
Oh,
So
and
yeah,
so
maybe.
what part of it of Fade was it? Was it like the you couldn't really direct the
Oh,
dogs
it's like,
or?
yeah, it's very difficult, and to understand when the team needs it, it's very difficult. So I always been on the front row, like I was the duelist, right? So always used to be in the forward position, so I don't need to worry about things like, I don't need to call things like I need recon or all the stuff. Everything used to happen to me. Like, I used to get support, but now I need to support a duelist, which is very new to me. It's like sometimes confusing, but it was in the start. Now I've been really good at stuff.
Yeah, you must have been like, wait, this is what everyone else has to do? Like,
Yeah, now I understand the pain and all the suffering of support players. It's very difficult, to be honest. It's very
yeah.
difficult.
You can't just run in and be like, pew
Yeah.
pew, like,
Yeah,
and you shoot
I'll
them.
be itching like, when do I get to take a gunfight? Should I take a gunfight? Okay, if I die, my team will miss like crawlers, recon, all that stuff. Okay, I need to stay alive. So it's a very difficult job.
Yeah, I mean it's good to see both sides, right? So then you, as
Yeah.
a team, you can have like a better understanding. But of course, as a team, you know, you guys are a very new team. You're one of the teams that kind of, like you said, like started from scratch. You guys are signing roles from the beginning. You have a bunch of new players. So what is it that you're trying to get out of Brazil? Because it is also your first time going to an international
Mm.
tournament. Is this a tournament that you feel like, oh, if we don't win a certain number of games, I'm going to be disappointed? Or is it like, I'm just going to go and see what happens?
Yeah, of course I will be disappointed if we get knocked out in the first best of three or something. Even if we win, if I don't perform, I will feel bad personally because I have certain expectations and certain standards I need to meet this year, because I cannot take any years granted anymore, because things are getting really serious, and we are playing at the bigger stages right now, and I need to do everything I can. So of course, if there is no results, I will be disappointed. But given the time of practice and our new system, getting used to it, it's okay. But we really need to win. The goal is to win there and to perform good Valorant or play good Valorant. We should come back having no regrets, basically. So yeah, that's the goal. The goal is ultimately to perform really well, to win games, nothing else.
And what do you think about the teams in the rest of your region? Because obviously, even if Brazil, it doesn't go maybe 100% the way you
Mm,
want, you have another like 8, 9 weeks of playing
mm,
a season. You're going to be going to Korea. And also at the end of that, there's going to be teams from your region that will go to Tokyo. And it feels like because you're one of the 10 teams in the franchise, you have a better opportunity than last year, right? In order to
yeah.
make it to a big tournament. So do you feel like maybe that is where the pressure is even higher?
Actually, there's no pressure, to be honest. It's all about, like I said, we are not here for one season. We are here for multiple season. We are going to we as a org I'm speaking, or management, or as a coaching staff I'm speaking, is we are building something that win multiple seasons. We are not focusing on one particular season. It's all about, if you get your fundamentals right, if you get your basics right, then you can move forward, which will help you to win like more seasons. It's not only about one. But yeah, of course, there, like I said, everyone's goal is to win, but we need to get our fundamentals straight. The basics should be proper. We need to go step by step and get good results
Uh,
many times as possible.
and how likely do you think it'll be for you to get those results? So what are the other teams like? Are they strong right now? Have you been scrimming them? How's everyone doing?
I don't think I can talk about scrims, but yeah, for us as scrims, it's really going well. It's going very smooth. Given that we are a new team trying out very new stuff, again, teams that are already been from very long time. Yeah, we've been doing pretty good, and yeah, I think we'll do good in the Asian Pacific League. Yeah,
You're confident?
yeah, 100%.
What about against the North America and European teams? Because you've waited, like I said, a
Mm.
while to try and go up against them as well.
Yeah, like how to say? I feel like they will be less chaotic to play against compared to SEA. Is like you at least have some time to think. You can expect some familiar things from NA or U, but SEA is more chaotic. There will be so many random things that will happen. But yeah, I think we can. It's all about, how ready you are going into a tournament, like mentally, in-game wise. Have you prepped well? Have you practiced all the maps well? Do you have everything, going into a tournament what you want as a team? It comes down to that, and delivering the performance on the main stage.
I also wanted to ask you because this is the first time, you're traveling. It's far, right? Like how long is the flight for
I
you?
think it's 28 hours.
Eh?
Yeah, yeah. I guess I think that's what I heard last time. I think it's 28 hours.
Okay, I didn't realize it was
Yeah.
that long.
Yeah.
But is there
I'm not
anything?
sure. I'm not sure, but I
Yeah,
heard, if I heard the numbers
that's
properly, I
crazy.
think it is 28 hours.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
a day for sure.
this is a big moment in your career, right? So, well, what are your general emotions around, first of all, having to travel that far, and second, being on a stage in front of a crowd as well, like that?
So traveling, it's okay. Now I picked up a hobby of trying to learn books. I yet to finish my first book, but I hope I'll finish it while I'm on the plane.
Wait, what are you
Uh,
reading? What are you reading?
oh, I have it here. the power of positive thinking. It
Ooh.
actually helps a lot. Yeah. So I'm yet to finish this. I think it will be helpful on the plane.
You're gonna get off the
So
plane and your brain's gonna be like this big.
yeah, the book is really nice. I would recommend anyone to read it. It's actually powerful. So the traveling part, it's okay. Like the traveling won't excite me anymore because I've traveled a lot. Like I hate to travel in flights. Visiting the country is, yeah, very cool. I'm in a new country, but the traveling part is okay. It's very tiring. And going to the Sao Paulo tournament, the experience. I just want to, like, all these years the fans have been believing me, and no matter what they try to, it's like they will defend me no matter what, even if I'm on the wrong side, even if whatever happens, they don't, like, they always have my back basically. It's like that. It's like it's like an Indian culture, in our family. It's like we don't let anyone outside our family bully us or do anything bad to us. We always protect no matter what, even if our family member is on the wrong side. In publicly, we defend them no matter what. It's like when we come inside, we say them you're wrong, but on public, we defend them. So even our fans, they're exactly like that. It's just Indian blood, you know. They're like they won't give up on us. They'll always have our back. They'll always there for us. So it's time for me to give them something back. It's like, yeah, I've done good domestically, but that was not my goal when I started. I wanted to. we- In India, it's always like, even for me, is it's always like we always worship foreign idols, foreign teams. It's always, we never had, this is the Indian team we look up to. This is the Indian player we look up to. There was nothing like that because we had no achievements in esports outside our country. I need to change that. I am in a position to change that. I have a backup. I have like good people around me to help me reach that. So this is my moment. I need to do it, and I'll try my best to do it, to give that, a Indian team where Indian players look up to, a Indian player that Indian players or aspiring players look up to. It not always about, it's like there are multiple talents from NA where people from NA look up to. There are multiple talents from EU. There are multiple talents from SCA, but there's no one from India who's done anything great, in the world where people can say, I need to become that guy. So I want to give that.
I think you can do it, honestly. I mean, that's how I felt a little bit like Paper X. Before Paper X went there, it was like, you don't know any esports players from like
Yeah,
Indonesia, and now you have three of them now, and they're
yeah.
all kind of doing super good. So I know exactly where you're coming from. I think you can definitely do it. My last question before I let you go is, I don't know if you've seen any tier lists, but people have been making tier lists of all of the teams that's going to Brazil. The fans that love you and know you, they put you quite high, but the people that aren't familiar with you, they've not been very kind with where they've been putting global esports in the tier list. So if I asked you where you feel like global esports is right now in a tier list from like S, A, B, and C and D, where would you put your team?
I would not put anywhere right now. I would
If I
like to
had to
put my team in the
force
middle.
you. Oh, okay, in the middle. So
Anywhere
like,
in the middle, because we are yet to prove, like, you don't need to speak before about what you will do or how good you are. You need to show people, and people talk lightly about us because of our previous performances in all the tournaments, right? And they're not wrong. It is correct. The scoreboard, the stats doesn't lie. It is what it is. So it's all about you want to gain their trust. You want them to rate you S tier. It's simple. You need to perform, and I don't want to put my team S tier until we perform like an S tier team. So it's like that. We prove, and then we take what they give us. It's simple.
so would you write, if I had to force you to say a tier, would that be like a B if you want to go in the middle? Like,
Yeah, middle,
yeah,
anywhere in the middle. Now
anywhere in the middle?
we can
Okay.
pop off. Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
it.
all I'm gonna say is if you do end up facing like a big, like a tens or something, and you manage to kill him, I think all of India is just gonna collectively, like, the internet is gonna die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is one thing I've been saying, like, don't spam, don't annoy people. I know you guys like overwhelmed by whatever happening, but you need to think about others as well. And I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. We will work on it. Maybe I don't know.
To
People
be
will
fair,
less spam and less annoying.
the spam is one of my favorite things because like I
No.
I'll be watching something like Team Liquid versus like Fury or something. I don't know, a random matchup. And in the chat someone will be like, "Oh, SkRossi's better than Scream. SkRossi's better than
Yeah.
Scream."
I
For
mean,
like
it's
no
very.
reason.
I mean, it's very relevant, and I haven't proved anything. Even if I am, even if I'm not.
I hope whoever that is
some
winning. Yeah.
someone's losing their rank
Yeah.
game.
Oh no. Oh no.
So like I said, like people are wrong here because even if I'm better, even if I'm not, I need to prove it. I haven't proved anything. I've literally not proved anything. I'm just a player who's been playing at the domestic league and doing really well. My stats are explosive. I'm insane. I have a really good following and all this stuff. But I need to prove internationally first. That's where people get annoyed because I haven't proved anything, and people just keep shoving up my name over the internet, and people get annoyed. I understand. Even I would be feel annoyed because yeah, I mean
I
it should happen.
I
but
quite like it because it's very like it's a it comes from a good place, you know. It's very endearing. But what I'm gonna say is, if you happen to like one tap 10 or something, will you allow people to spam then? Like, do you give permission?
I would give permission to type it once.
Okay, okay,
And only that day and only for that game.
okay.
Not everywhere because it's annoying.
All right. If anyone that's watching, you heard it here from SkRossi. But thank you so much for this interview, and I cannot wait to meet you in Brazil.
Yeah, me too. Let's see you there.
Yeah, we'll go get some food. It's gonna be fun.